welcome back to Quarantine Yoga. My name is Mary and I am still down here, Ocean Shores. Beautiful week, all week has been great. And so I'm out here on the beach I don't have music, so I figure I'll have the sounds of the water and the birds and just life, the wind, all of that here to join us in this space. Nature always brings me a sense of calming, so I hope it does for you too. And we're going to go in. I think we're going to do about an hour practice level 1 Yin Yoga today, and we're just going to go right to it. And today we're going to focus on the importance of working on yourself. So with that, if you have a block or a bolster, get them, grab them, pause right now. You'll want to have them near you. It's always nice to have support in Yin, so do that. Make it so everything's available to you. If you don't have a block or a bolster, pillows work really great. You could do books, stack a couple books, whatever you think is going to be best to serve you. And I always start my classes sitting with my hips slightly above my knees. Helps with circulation. And we're going to take some time here and settle in. We do this by simply noticing our breath. Notice every breath as it goes into your body, and notice every breath as it leaves your body. In and out through the nose. Elongating up through your spine. Your shoulders will be back and down. Your chest will be open. You'll have your hands resting on your thighs or your knees. Eyes will be soft or closed. Your chin will be tucked. And all your awareness will focus towards your breath. Thoughts are going to naturally come and go. Be aware of them, notice them, and let them go. View your thoughts like a leaf in a stream. It comes and then it goes. See if you can't not focus on the details of it. Just let it go. Awareness always returning back to your breath. Notice the space between the in-breath and the out-breath, and the space between the out-breath and the in-breath. Notice the stories that you're telling yourself. Just notice them and let them go. Awareness back to the breath. And pay such close attention to your breath that you notice traveling it in all the way to that moment where it changes and reverses and becomes the breathing out. And follow that breath out all the way to the moment that it changes and reverses and becomes a breath in. Thoughts of your future may come in, thoughts of the past. Notice it. And return to the breath. Let it go. Your breath is primary. Everything else in the universe comes and goes. Your breath is your doorway. Your breath is your guide that brings you inside so you can notice all the subtleties. And if that makes you uncomfortable, then allow yourself to be uncomfortable. Then turn back to your breath. And if you feel sensations that are exciting, allow it. And then return back to your breath. Self-growth, self-awareness, all begins with the breath. Begin to flutter your eyes open. And drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Stretch out the neck here. Left hand will go down by your side, giving you a nice stretch. If you want a little more, you can wrap your right arm over. No pressing or pulling it down. Just let it be there. Taking that right hand, placing it on your right ear, and lifting your head back to center. Now left ear down to left shoulder. Right hand will press down into the mat or the floor. Left hand will go up. Gently just lay on your head. Left hand to press yourself back up to center, and exhaling your chin down to your chest. Slowly with your breath, begin to rotate right ear to right shoulder, looking up, left ear to left shoulder, and back down. Continuing on in this matter. And if there's any real tight places, just slow down there. Be aware of the sensation and breathe through it. And then next time your chin is to your chest, reverse direction. Very slowly. Noticing different pockets of tension that might be from one side to the other. And return to your breath. And the next time your chin is to your chest, we're going to inhale straight up, elongate through your back, tuck your chin, and do a couple of deep breaths here. caterpillar we're going to set up for. You can remove the pillow from behind you. You could remain sitting on it if that works best for you. I'm going to put our feet straight out ahead of us. I like to kind of pull the flesh from behind me. Inhale, my hands straight up into the air as I stretch up. And exhale as I stretch forward, exhale, stretch forward, exhale, stretch forward, all the way till my palms hit the ground. I like my palms to be face up. This prevents me from doing any grabbing, anything that's gonna really cause a lot of strain, which we don't wanna do in yin. We just want to be in that first moment, that Goldilocks pose, that place where our body just feels just right, where it just naturally lays into. Tuck your chin all the way down, let your head hang heavy. If this is causing a lot of strain behind your knees, you could take that bolster or block or pillow and place it right under your knees. You could also place a block or a bolster over your legs and drape over that. You could create a little makeshift for your head to just lay on a pillow. Take time, we're going to be here for 3 minutes, and I'm just going to let you breathe in this place, being very aware of every inhale and every exhale. Allowing your breath to be your guide, to take you deeper as it opens up. Every inhale, you're creating space. And every exhale, an invitation to go further. Always moving with compassion. I'm not there to watch you. I'm not there to see if you're putting strain on yourself. You have to be the judge of the right place for you. And you have to wake up with you every single day. So you might as well move with compassion, be in a place that feels good and healthy, and breathe. Just use your breath. And every moment you could go back to your breath. Only moving in yin if our body is inviting us to go further into the pose, or if there's anything that just doesn't feel right, anything sharp or shooting, then we want to come out. We don't want to hurt ourselves. We really want the fascial tissue to expand. We want it to really have this flexibility in it, and that is what we're working on. So being uncomfortable is okay. That's a good place to be. That's where the breath work comes in. But nothing sharp or shooting. But it's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to sit in your discomfort. You have to sit in discomfort to be able to come through on the other side. And when we focus more on our breath, we begin to notice where our attention is going in our body. In caterpillar, it's often found on the back side of the legs, on the lower back, sometimes in the neck. Wherever feels that you need to let go there. Acknowledge it without judgment, and then let it go. Do 3 final deep breaths here, paying attention to every inhale and every exhale. No rush to get through the 3 breaths. Once you have, we'll slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll up our spine. And we're going to do one leg at a time. So we'll start by putting our right leg out, bringing your left leg in. I tuck it right, not on my knee, but right on the inside of my knee, but whatever feels right for you. This is another place where a block or a bolster can be really helpful. You know your body, you know what you can do today. I inhale and we turn towards our extended leg. Hands will go up, and then exhale all the way till hands are resting on either side of your ankle, of your knee. It's wherever you are, wherever your body naturally wants to go. Again, palms up, head will just relax down. So when we're talking about interconnective tissues, which is what yin is, what we're working on, that fascial tissue that connects everything going on in our body, it takes a minimum of 90 seconds for those to start to release. And when we do these long holds and we breathe through them, we're telling our body it's okay to open up. We're allowing it the space to open up. And this is how we work through this map that is our body and start to unlock these different things we've been holding on to, these different feelings we've been identifying with. So much of our time is spent running from different emotion, and we hold that in our body. And in yin, it's the opportunity to sit with that uncomfortableness, which starts physically in the body. Sometimes we'll transmit into negative thoughts that we present or that we've been telling ourselves for years and that we've identified with. And when we use our breath, we can see ourselves outside of that, look for the space in between, and start to adjust those feelings and those thoughts and become more compassionate and loving, first with ourselves, so that we may bring that out into the world. Let's do 3 more breaths here. And after that 3rd breath, just bring yourself to your center line, and then we'll push up from there. Taking a moment, we'll set up on the other side, bringing that left leg over, tucking in your right. Inhale as you move towards the extended leg. Hands will go up. And exhale as you stretch forward, leaning forward through the torso with the heart all the way till your head is down. Viewing every breath as an invitation to take you further into your body, into the moment, into this experience that you're having. And as long as it's not sharp or shooting, whatever you're feeling, feel it. There's no destination. There's nowhere you're trying to be. You're just being wherever you are. There's no trying to get all the way down. There's no trying anything. The only thing you need to do right now is commit to the stillness you're in and be in that moment. Be present with whatever you're feeling. And whatever you're feeling is fine. Don't identify it. Just simply notice it. Ooh, I'm feeling a lot of stretch through my side body right now. It's not something I need to identify with. It's just something that I'm feeling in my body at this moment. And every breath will help loosen that and take me further and further and deeper and more quiet into the experience that I'm having. do 3 final breaths here. And after that third breath, again, bring yourself to the center and up from there. Take a moment, move any way you need to. We're going to set ourselves up into a tabletop position, bringing our wrists under our shoulders. Our knees will go under our hips, doing maybe a wiggle here. And starting with some cat-cows. On the inhale, we'll look up, sway our back, and then starting from the base of your spine, you'll begin to tuck it on the exhale, pushing your navel all the way back to your spine, rounding through your back until you're in a scared cat position. Fully exhale. And then inhale, moving up, look up, and exhale, rounding through the spine. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale to a flat back. Bringing your feet behind you just a little bit and towards the ends of your mat. So your feet are wide towards either end of your mat. We're going to drop our hips down, bring our hands out in front of us into a Sphinx position. So you have a lot of choice here. So we're setting up like the Sphinx that you would see in Egypt. Your hands, you can grasp them in each hand in an elbow. That way it kind of shows you the distance you want to be. And then you can leave your hands there if you want, or place them back out in front of you like the Sphinx. If this is creating too much compression in your back, then bring your hands out a little further. If this is just too much for your body right now, that's fine. Separate your elbows and bring yourself down, looking off to whichever side pleases you. So you have a couple options depending on what's right for your body here. You can be fully propped up in Sphinx, separating your shoulders from your ears, looking ahead. You could drop your head. You could sink into your shoulders. You can prop your head in your hands. You could grab a block or a bolster. And lay right into that. Or push yourself up on that. It doesn't really matter what you choose to do here. The point here is that we want to feel the deep compression in our lower back. So whatever you can sustain, whatever that means for you, commit to being there, and then let the work begin. And the work begins by following your breath, not judging the experience that you're having, but just having that experience. And the thoughts will continue to come and they'll continue to go. And you just focus back on the breath. On the inhale and the exhale. or we're going to give you a couple options to move a little further into the expression. One would be to simply raise your feet up. This adds just a little extra compression to your back. You could do that, and you could take a moment, sway your feet from side to side, moving the hips a little, loosening up, and then just finding a place you could commit to. Or if you want to go even deeper, put your feet down, press through your hands, and kind of put your fingers out to the side and your thumbs straight ahead. So this is going to use a little arm strength here because you're pushing straight through your arms. And this allows you to have a really deep expression here in your back. You could let your gaze go up softly, or you could look straight ahead, softening the eyes. And a lot of times when we come up, we tend to clench our boot there, so I like to clench and let it go just to make sure I'm not holding. And we're going to be here for a minute. So if you've come up into seal and you decide this is not in my expression today, this isn't in my experience, then come back down, and that's fine. But don't go back and forth. If you've come down, stay down. Wherever you can do for another about 40 seconds here. Be with the experience. Three more deep rounds of breath. And if you're in seal, come meet us in Sphinx. And then from here, we'll all separate our elbows, bringing our palms together, resting our head on top of the backs of our hands. Maybe moving your head from side to side, stimulating your third eye point. And finally, coming to rest, bringing your hands down by your side. Let's put our right ear on the mat. Just letting all that beautiful circulation flow through your body. Taking your right hand, put it out to your side on the ground, just like an airplane wing. Taking your left hand, placing it right down by your shoulder. We're going to use our breath to push our body up and over, placing your right foot behind your right knee, kind of like a kickstand. Your ear of your right ear will remain on the mat. If this is too much, you could grab a pillow, put something there. This is a nice shoulder rinse, so we're filling it in our back shoulder. It's also a little bit of a back twist too. So find that place that works for you. You can take your left hand, you could leave it here as a kickstand, or if you'd like, you can drape it around behind you, adding a little more stretch to your shoulder there. It's no right or wrong, it's just whatever works for you. Taking a moment, find that place, that sweet edge for you that takes you to a place where you're feeling it, that you could begin to breathe and be in stillness. And this is where the work of your life begins. Focusing on your breath and working on you. It's the only thing that you really have control of. No matter what's going on in your personal life, in regards to the world around you, your relationships, it all begins with you. You're the only thing that you have any kind of control over. You can't control the way things are happening in the world right now. You can't control how your kids or your partner is reacting to different things. But you can control you, and you do that through your breath, because through breath is awareness. And it's in the awareness that there's space. And sometimes you just need that little space to be able to see opportunity. And once you're aware of this, then every moment is an opportunity to grow. Let's take 3 final breaths here. If you've moved your left hand behind you, let's bring it back forward. And use that to make it a slow transition back onto your belly. No fast movements in the end. Very slowly traveling back. Once you've hit the ground, bring your hands down by your side. Switch from your right ear to your left ear. And lay here for a moment. Notice how you feel different from one side to the other. I'm going to move just so you can see me on this side. Setting up on the other side, you'll take your left hand and put it out to the side. Like an airplane wing, right hand will come next to your chest, and you'll use that to push, bringing your right leg behind your left knee as a kickstand. And if this doesn't work for you, you can have your leg be straight. It's really finding that place for you. Everybody is different. I find the kickstand tends to work for most people, but you know your body, so you work with that. And the more that you do yoga, and the more that you play with these different sensations in your body, the more comfortable you'll be doing what's right for you, and not necessarily listening to a guide from the outside telling you what's right for you. These are just ways to kind of get you into your own experience. You take your right hand and circle it around your body. That feels right for your experience. Always bringing your awareness back to your breath. Noticing what's happening without attaching to it. final breaths here. And if you've wrapped your right arm behind you, bring it forward to work as a kickstand, bringing your right leg straight and gradually rolling back onto your belly. Once you're there, hands will go down by your side. Look to either way, doesn't matter, one side or the other, whatever feels good for you. And then be there a moment, just be in the moment. Pushing back into a child's pose. We'll kind of swish ourselves up into a tabletop. Could do any kind of movement you want here, anything that feels good, anything that might have got stagnant, kind of ruffle it out. Separate your feet, your knees, and then just lower your hips to your heels. Hands will go out long in front of you. Forehead will go to the mat. Long, deep, intentional breathing here. Being aware of your inhales, being aware of your exhales, and paying very close attention to the spaces in between. Taking your time, you're going to push yourself back up, flip over, and come to laying on your back. Taking a moment here, just feel your body. Noticing any sensation that's happening within the body, and then letting it go, focusing back onto your breath. And on your next inhale, inhale your right knee up to your chest, reaching around, grabbing, giving yourself a nice little squeeze. Doing a deep breath here. And on the exhale, use your left hand to guide your knee over your body and down. You could adjust your hips a little bit. I like to take my right arm and roll it all the way out. I like to look over my shoulder at that arm and the scenery and the beautiful ocean. We're resetting our nervous system here. We really want this to feel good. So we don't want any knees just hanging out. So you could always take a block, pillow, stack of books, rest your knee on that. If you have something kind of hanging out in the air there, we don't want any kind of weirdness happening with our knee. So whatever that looks like to you. take your time, set yourself up, and then be in that moment. And as you get into these beautiful twists, ask yourself, what am I doing that I can let go of? What's no longer serving me that I've been holding on to? Twists are a great opportunity to shift your perspective and get rid of old feelings and thoughts and stagnation. Am I clenching in my jaw? And then can I let that go? Am I holding tension in my upper back and the shoulders, and can I let that go? That thought that always brings me down when I get into this position, can I let that go? This feeling of unease right at my tailbone, is it serving me? Can I let it go? Take 3 final breaths here. Experience every breath as an opportunity for unlocking the mysteries that are you. And after that 3rd breath, use your body any way you feel necessary to get back to your center line. And take a moment. Notice how your body feels different from one side to the next. This time bringing your left knee into your chest or whatever was opposite of what you just did. Squeezing it. Do a nice full round of breath here. Inhaling. And using your hand on your exhale to lower across your body. Setting yourself up. Looking over if that feels good. However you want to set your body up. Take your time. Position yourself. Breathe deeply. And then begin your self-survey. What are you holding on to here? What can you let go of? Are you holding tension in your shoulder, behind your eyes? Somewhere in your spine? What thoughts continually hold you back that don't really serve you anymore? This breath might be an opportunity to wring it out of you. Breathing with compassion into those spots that have been stagnant for a while. Three final breaths here. After that third exhale, using your body, twist into your middle line. Taking a moment, being still, feeling your body. And inhaling as we stretch our body long, stretching through our fingertips all the way to our toes. And exhale, round yourself into a ball. Drop your head. Do some sacrum circles here, just rolling around. Any kind of movement that feels good. Perhaps moving into a happy baby, grabbing the soles of your feet, either from the inside or the outside. It's whatever works for you. You could rock slowly from side to side. Be still with your moment. It's your world. You know what your body needs to open. Offer it to your body. Doing any final movement that you need to do before bringing your legs down, getting comfortable for stillness here at the end of class, Shavasana. One of the master poses, the art of doing nothing and realizing that so much is happening, so much is going on. You have just created so much fluid energy through your body and your experience, and now you have this wonderful opportunity to sit in that, acknowledge the work that you've done. Continuing to focus on the breath. side to side. Just invite yourself back into body consciousness. And taking a deep inhale, stretching your body in opposite directions, stretching long, reaching from side to side. Exhaling yourself into a ball, rolling into a fetal position. Taking a breath or two here, using your hand as a pillow, your arm rather. And pushing yourself back up into a seated position, whatever feels right for you. And we'll end class as we began. Take your time to get here. Taking the time to show up for yourself is so important, and it determines so much of how we experience life. When we give compassion to ourselves, we can give compassion to others. When we take time to love ourselves, we're better equipped to love others. Viewing every breath as an opportunity to receive, and every exhale as an offering to the world will help change your perspective to see every moment as an opportunity to grow. And circle sweep our hands up into the air, reaching all the way up to the heavens, bringing your palms together and exhaling down into prayer as we bow to ourselves. Giving thoughts of gratitude and thanks for showing compassion and love to ourselves so that we can be more present and loving and compassionate in the world around us. Thank you for sharing your practice with me.